Ladies and gents, how is it going? Bringing you a gameplay against, I think it was a passerby, or maybe just an acquaintance. Espefe or Espefe, not really sure the pronunciation, but you should prepare yourself for one of the most interesting Ninjask sets I've ever seen. And I brought along my Delibird. At the time, this is just when I'd finished training my Delibird, and I hope that was my shiny Hawlucha, but I really don't remember. First turn, I'm just going to lead with my Delibird because it is the dedicated spikes hazard setter-upper, and it has debond, it has rapid spin, freeze dry, all that good stuff. And he leads with Klefki, which is not a good matchup because I do not want to be T-waved. So I'm going to go straight to Rotom. I can either, overheat or go for a trick. And I assume the fact that it's got reflect is, oh okay, dual screens, whatever, standard Klefki stuff. So I'm not going to overheat, I am instead going to go for the trick because it seems like the good play to go for, and I don't really care about having my choice scarf. Maybe for Talonflame, I don't know, but there's not really too much Talonflame can do to a rotom-heat anyway, so just going to go to my Delibird now that he's locked into whatever it was. Well, did he? No, I guess I assumed he didn't have T-Wave if he had dual screens, like dual screens, spikes plus foul play or something is what I thought. But yeah, whatever, go into my Rotom here as the Ninjask comes in because I do not want him setting up on me for free. And I missed the T-Bolt! Now, ladies and gents, there is only one way you can miss a 100% accurate move, and if you play competitive battling, you know what that is. Let me just say, this is the biggest dick moveset I've ever seen, right? Minimize Blissey is below this. Minimize Blissey is fine. This is a whole new level. I don't blame the guy. I assume he learned it off a YouTuber, and I know which YouTuber it is! Can't hide from me. But I'm not saying any names, that's childish. I'm not gonna stoop down to that level. I got this handled, I got Rotom. Passes off to the Mega Mawile, or soon to be Mega Mawile. Thankfully I can still break the sub with a T-Bolt, and now that light screen's worn off, I can hopefully take this thing out with an overheat. Play Rough does loads of damage because that was a crit, and Mega Mawile with a couple of speed boosts is absolutely terrifying, but thank god I hit the overheat, take this thing out, and that's one big threat out of the way. Now that Ninjask, I need to, there's not too much else on his team that benefits from the speed, but that Ninjask by itself is not something I want to let get set up, So, Talonflame comes in, obviously going to kill me from there, that's fine. Go into Delibird because, not that I have anything to hit this thing with, but all I'm going to do is just live on my sash and then go for a rapid spin, get rid of them spikes. Delibird doesn't do too much this game, let's be honest, but it got up a couple of layers of spikes and made sure that Klefki's spikes were not hanging around, so that's more than you could ask for from the average Delibird, let's be honest. Big Kenny comes in, the big man in the house. Big Kenny does work this game, watch. I shit you not, Kenny actually does something. In comes this thing, Aegislash, shield thing. Gonna go for knockoff, but unfortunately this thing has the weakness policy, which I didn't even consider. It's probably a better item than, lefties, to be fair. It definitely works. But I do get the burn there, which is glorious, because otherwise this thing could have potentially done some big damage to my team. I have Kecleon, but I don't want to rely completely on Kecleon. But now that he is burnt, I will go to said Kecleon and take the Shadow Claw or whatever, Shadow Sneak, whatever he feels like going for. Be immune, obviously, and then I know he's probably got King Shield, so all I'm going to do is go for Sucker Punch on this turn. That turns me into the Dark type. If I'd gone for Shadow Sneak that turn, I'd have been Ghost type, and therefore weak to his Shadow Sneak the next turn, because Aegislash is, slightly quicker than Kecleon. Kecleon's slow as hell, basically, but because I'm Dark type, I can take the Shadow Sneak still pretty well, and go for that Shadow Sneak in return, and take it out! Yeah, boy! Kecleon is a pretty decent counter to this thing, as long as you get it low enough to, within range of a Sucker Punch, I guess. In comes Talonflame once again. I have no reason to save Kecleon, so just gonna get wrecked by a Brave Bird. But it's, I have my defensive Pokemon intact. I think I have my Tentacruel at full. And my physical wall is... You know what? I honestly don't remember. We'll see in a bit. Go for the Scold. Get the burn on Klefki. Yeah, boy. I do get lucky with the burn hacks, I gotta admit. Looking back at it. But I'm just gonna keep going for Scold. There's no reason not to. Oh, yeah, sorry. T-Spike's on the last turn because he was gonna die to burn. Just for Greninja, you know? Talonflame comes back in. Now that Light Screen's up, I don't feel comfortable trying to kill it with Scold. Like, it probably would do after recoil damage, but just in case, I'm gonna go for the knockoff and just finish it off from there. Yeah, boy! Knock off whatever item it was. Sharp Beak, I think it was. Yeah. Look at this. Big Kenny with, like, what, 2 or 3 kills? Maybe caused by burn for the most part, but... In comes Greninja. Spikes, T-Spikes damage, not too bad. I die to anything from here, so it doesn't really matter what it goes for. But then after that, I think I've got my... Oh yeah, Spiritomb. That was my defensive wall. I've been trying this new Spiritomb set for a while. It is like Rest, Sleep Talk, Snarl, and Will-O-Wisp, which, I don't know, it sounds like a bit of a weird set, but I figured now that it gets Infiltrator, that's going to be brilliant. Look at that random Freeze Thor there, as if there wasn't enough hacks in the game already. The Snarl's pretty good just because it obviously lowers their special attack, and if you're physically defensive and you can burn them, then basically Spiritomb is not dying. It just doesn't die. Jesus. Such a good Pokemon. Ice Beam again, I'm just gonna rest, no reason not to, because I basically need this thing to kill the Ninjask. If it is... well, I guess it probably has one attacking move, the Ninjask, it normally does. So if it can boost up, that's definitely not good for me, you know? But all I gotta do here is just stay in, keep snarling this thing till it dies, and then it's Ninjask versus this thing and my Hawlucha. I think Hawlucha's still untouched, so it's looking good. I can hopefully take it down. It just means no bullshit bright powder hacks, and I can hopefully come through. Ninjask, substitute. Like I said, I really don't care, because Spiritomb gets that big Infiltrator. Yeah, boy! Quite nice they finally gave it a second ability. Was it? Yeah, I think it was only Pressure it had last time. Or maybe like Unnerve or something terrible like that. Hey, whatever, Infiltrator's cool. Go for Will-O-Wisp here and just finish it off with a Snarl next turn, because that is how Spiritomb rolls. Oh, Toxic! That was his last move. So he could have potentially Toxic stalled me out, maybe. Who knows. Go for Snarl. That is a dead Ninjask. Praise the Lord. Although I did have rest on this thing, so really it didn't really matter. Yeah, boy! Dead Ninjask. So that was a good game, I guess. Not big fan of the Bright Powder Ninjask, but, you know, what can you do? Some people run that stuff. A lot of people don't play by Smogon rules, and if they don't want to, that is their choice. Up to you, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay nonetheless. And follow me on Twitter and or Facebook. They're the same page. Twitter's where I like to take battles mainly. So with that being said, I will see you all next time. Goodbye.